Guys, welcome back to yet another video of RT Trucking. I know I've been slacking with my videos. I've been posting once or twice, maybe every 2-3 months. But it's kind of been busy, kind of been doing other stuff. I promise you guys I'll be, making more videos, especially on the follow-up on the Ellis swap. I know I did get a lot of messages asking about how I did this, how I did that, what part did I use, etc., etc. So I'll be making I'll try to at least make one video every week, explaining different parts of it. I want to explain like the fuel system, what regulator I use, how I make the TBSS intake work, what transmission cross member I use, what engine mounts I used, what cam I use, all that good stuff, what harness I use, what ECU, all that stuff. That way you guys can figure out more or less what you want to use for your swap if you're actually doing the swap, same as this one. I actually wanted to take this time to make this video because I actually ended up getting a aftermarket steering wheel for the truck, which I'll show you guys. I have already installed part of it, but it's not that hard to take it apart and show you guys step by step on what I did, what part I used, and what steering wheel I went with. So once again, just make sure you follow, like, and subscribe, all that good stuff on YouTube. I did make a TikTok. I'll be making more videos on TikTok, more short kind of reels and stuff like that. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's put the steering wheel. I'm super excited for the steering wheel. It took me a whole week for me to get the steering wheel. So let's get to it, man.
While we dealing Motorola's, trying to flip keys so my mama have a Rover.
This is a steering wheel I ended up going with. It's a W power steering wheel. I'll show you guys in a second what hub adapter I use. I ended up using the NRG. I tried to take it off because I already installed it. I tried to take it off, but it's kind of in there, so I guess I'll have to show you the best I can. But like I said, it's not that hard to put on. It's literally just taking off your old steering wheel, putting that hub on there, and all that good stuff. I'll show you right now. It's real simple, but like I said, for my steering wheel, I ended up going with this one. I really wanted a billet steering wheel, but the hubs for my Ford are literally rare to non-existent, so I know these steering wheels, like your aftermarket steering wheels, are usually 6 bolts. The billet are 5 bolts, 5 holes on the hub, 5 holes on the steering wheel. So not a lot of people make hubs like that for the 10 gens, because not a lot of people like to fix up the 10 gens, unless it's like a Lightning or Harley. Even then, they're far in between, and most people with those trucks like to keep it stock, everything stock from steering wheel to carpet to everything. So I guess companies don't really profit from making all these hubs. I mean, I could get someone to make it for me, but I don't know how much the wait time is going to be, all that stuff. And I have a car show this Saturday, which I'll be making a video on that too on Saturday, or maybe Sunday or Monday when I released it. But for now, this will do. I did already open the box just to make sure everything was still in there, make sure everything was fine. Comes with this pretty badass little like backpack, I guess, for those guys that use quick release steering wheels adapters. You put your steering wheel in there, you go about your business, to the gym, to school, to work, whatever, and take it off when you're about to head home or whatever. But I'm gonna use this as my regular backpack, so that's pretty cool. And here's the steering wheel. It's pretty nicely made. And what I like about this one, it actually comes with the horn, which I'll show you guys what I did to make my horn work. But yeah, that's the steering wheel, guys. I did buy it from Amazon. It was about 130 bucks, I think it was, which is not that more expensive than a billet wheel steering wheel. A billet steering wheel is usually about 250 or 300. So I mean, this one was the best I could find, because I didn't want to get anything tuner or exotic looking. Just wanted it clean and simple. So yeah, that's my steering wheel right there, guys. All right, now to take your old steering wheel off, it's pretty simple. You first have your airbag here, which your airbag is being held on by 2 bolts, one here, one right there. You just pop those tabs out, and it's going to be an 8mm bolt. You can see the hole where the bolt goes through. You take those 2 bolts out, and your airbag comes out. Now, your airbag will have two connectors, one on top being for your horn and one at the bottom being for your airbag, right? Anything that has the yellow tape is going to be the airbag connector. Be careful when you take this off, okay? I recommend you take the battery out just in case, and also touch metal. Touch the body of your truck to make sure you ground yourself out and have no static, because any little bit of static will activate that airbag, and the last thing you want is an airbag being blown straight to your face. So once you remove the airbag, put it on the side, put it somewhere safe that you know it ain't gonna pop. Now with these, you got harnesses running through it. This harness goes to your cruise control and of course to your horn. What I ended up doing is, let me show you guys. I ended up cutting the cruise control connector off, which all these connect to your clock spring. But since we don't need the cruise control, we ended up cutting it and just leaving the little wire out for the horn, which we'll show you right now. The cool thing about these guys is that a lot of people do not like aftermarket steering wheels just for the fact that you can no longer use your cruise controls. But since you got this harness right there, you can just find your wiring diagram and find which wire is which, and you can just maybe put this or put new buttons, put them on the side, you know, on your dash or whatever, to have your cruise control still there. But for me, my cruise control is not there, so I don't care about all that. All I did care was about the horn, which is that blue wire, and I'll show you guys what I did to make it work. But for that, one thing I did do is that this one goes into your clock spring as well. It connects to your clock spring. I ended up cutting it because I don't need the airbag anyway. We die like man. But yeah, that's it for the steering wheel, for the old steering wheel at least. Alright guys, before we get into the steering wheel part inside the truck, I do want to mention, like I said earlier, the hub is already in there. So right in the middle, you got your bolt. It's a T50. All I needed to use was my impact, and that thing came right off. And for the steering wheel to come off, you have to wiggle it. Well, first, what I did is I put the bolt back in there. That way I don't get the steering wheel right into my face. Put the bolt back in there, wiggle it side to side, up and down, side to side, up and down, and eventually it will come right off. Ford does recommend you do not reuse that bolt. But since my truck is not really a highway truck or a daily, it's mostly driven on the trailer when I go out of town shows, and max it's driven a week is about 10 miles or 20 miles every 2 weeks, you know. So I'm not worried about that bolt. I did end up reusing my bolt and threw a little bit of Loctite in there just to make sure that bolt does not come out. But if your truck is being used as a daily, I do recommend you going to the Ford dealership or the auto parts store, which I doubt they have it, and do get a new bolt. If not, take it to your local bolt bin or places that sell bolts and nuts, and they might sell you one that's the same grade and strength as the one you took off. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that one. So one thing I did find cool about this NRG hub, I'll put links on it as well, like I said, is that most of the videos I was looking at, it did say that you have to remove your clock spring, and then the NRG hub has a thing on the back where that's where pretty much your clock spring or would sit, and you have to remove the clock spring. With that, you don't get your automatic turn signals. You know, when you turn the steering wheel, the thing goes back, and also your airbag light turns on, all that stuff. So I thought I was going to have to do that, but with this NRG on the back of it, it's actually a hollow, and I feel like they made it that way you can use your factory clock spring. I tried to take this off, guys, but it's really stuck in there. So, but once you see the pictures on the link, you'll see on the back is hollow, and that's pretty cool because I was able to use my factory clock spring without having to remove anything. Also, like I told you guys, I did cut the harness for the airbag. As you can see, the bottom wires, those are the ones for the airbags. The top one is for the horn and cruise control. All I did was get the horn connector, which is this one, and I'm gonna hook it up to here, and it goes to my horn on the aftermarket steering wheel. All it does is that you just got ground it out, and it'll start honking. So that's all you gotta do. You just gotta connect this to one side and then this to the other, and once you start pressing the button, it'll start to ground itself out, causing the horn to turn on or start honking. Now let's put the steering wheel on there. Let's put the wiring first, that way you can see what I did to the wiring. Alright guys, well, like I mentioned before, these two connectors come with the two connectors that come with the steering wheel. Just hook up to your hub, and then this one I did have to splice it, which is the horn. Just get all I did was get a butt connector, crimped it, put some heat on it to collapse it, and these two will go onto the steering wheel in the back of it for the horn. Right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some electrical tape, and I am gonna tape this and this. You don't have to, guys, it's just a little bit more precaution, you know, just that way I know these things ain't gonna fall off and, you know, cause the horn to start honking and, you know, piss someone off. So I'll just do that just to be sure. Alrighty, so they're all taped up, and time to see if they actually do work. Okay, now next up is the steering wheel. Alright guys, well, there you have it. It took a little bit of fighting with the cables for the horn, but just these 6 screws go onto the hub, your horn. Still working, and I'm real happy with it, you know. And actually it's a lot better. I can see my speedometer, I can see my Holly Terminator display. It's perfect. Yes sir. So that's the end of the video, guys. I do hope this video helps out some of you guys that are tired of your factory steering wheel and want to make your inside pop, your interior look better. Like I said, next video I'll be uploading will be that show that's coming up in Saturday. I'll probably upload it on Sunday or Monday once I finish editing everything, because it's me doing everything by myself. But yeah guys, like I said, man, I'll be posting more videos, try to post more videos of the swap so you guys know what I did. But hopefully y'all can like, subscribe, and follow so y'all can see more videos of this truck.
While we dealing Motorola's, trying to flip keys so my mama have a Rover. Just a little